Thank you, dear Penelope, for sharing that awesome link to Navajo Healing Song by the Navajo and the Sayo. And this is on Helen 1434's channel, and I invite all of you to view her channel and listen to this beautiful healing song. And for those on mobile devices or just devices that you can't see the links or the different cards and annotations that we can put on the videos, if you're not viewing them from a desktop, I believe, I definitely invite you to view it from a desktop so that you can take advantage of, the different comments and links and cards that we put there. Just beautiful, beautiful. And so again, I thank you, Penelope, one of our spiritual superstars who shared this link, and it is just a beautiful song. This is the second story from The Art of Perseverance, and our message is to keep going. As Joseph M. Marshall III shared many stories, his dialogue with his grandfather in his youth, and he wanted to pass on to heaven as he watched his father pass on to the Abba kingdom. And I do pray that his message reaches those that it truly is intended for, because I just feel it's intended for all of us. I mean, he shared these beautiful stories of perseverance, of motivation, and to inspire humanity. Life is a journey, sometimes walked in light, sometimes in shadow. "Grandpa," said Jeremy, "why haven't I ever seen you afraid?" "Because you haven't been looking carefully," replied Old Hawk. "I have been afraid many times in my life. Even now there is a fear that I carry with me. I am afraid of losing your grandmother." Jeremy was astonished. He had never heard his grandfather admit to any kind of fear. But he had done it so matter-of-factly. "I hope that I can admit my fears as calmly," Jeremy said. "Many things come with age," Old Hawk assured him. "Your grandmother and I are old. We have been together most of our lives. If she dies first, I would be lost. We are all afraid of something, but that shouldn't stop us from going on every day. We should not always walk in fear of the shadow while we are in the light. It is certain we will not know when or how the difficult and bad times will come. But if we accept that they will come, then they are easier to face when they do. And always remember that anything that causes the shadow is smaller than the source of the light." Jeremy looked up at the sun, above the rustling leaves of the cottonwood tree. The tree was a giant, but it was infinitely and incomprehensibly smaller than the sun. "Well," he asked, "if the sun is a metaphor for good, are you saying that the good things will outweigh the bad?" Old Hawk shaded his eyes and looked up through the trees. "Sometimes they do or can," he said, "but the point is, we can't always avoid the shadow. My father told me a story about shadows and sunshine when I was young. It's a story of two travelers. Two men journeyed the length and breadth of a land bathed in sunshine. One was a woodcarver and the other a reader of the law. Their journey was pleasant, The road was wide, and there were inns at which they rested for the night. Constables and soldiers frequented the road, so the two travelers knew they were safe from thieves or anyone else who intended harm. Therefore, though these things were blessings, the journey was without excitement or challenge. After several days, the road led into a tall, very dark and thick forest. The reader of the law stopped at the edge of the forest and refused to take another step. "We must go into the forest," insisted the woodcarver. "It is part of the journey." "But I do not like the deep shadow," said the reader of the law. "I do not know what could be hiding there in the darkness. There could be thieves ready to fall upon us, or perhaps fierce, wild animals." "True," replied the woodcarver. "The forest is where many things do dwell. There may be other travelers, or dangerous and unknown things. Yet we will not know until we walk into these shadows. But there is something in there that is the most dangerous of all. That I know." The fearful reader of the law recoiled. "Whatever do you mean? What can be more dangerous than thieves or wild animals?" "Your fears," replied the woodcarver as he entered the forest. He walked deep into the shadows. More than once he hid from bands of thieves looking for people to rob. Another time he climbed a tree to escape the reach of an angry bear. Before he reached the other side of the forest, he had to deviate from the trail to find water, and he became lost. But he managed to find the trail once again, and after several days and nights, he emerged on the other side of the forest and found the sunshine again. The reader of the law, meanwhile, remained at the edge of the forest, afraid to face the shadows. What do you suppose happened to the man, the reader of the law? Wondered Jeremy. Did he stay at the edge of the forest? What do you think? Countered Old Hawk. Well, I guess sometimes we create our own shadows, reasoned Jeremy. So maybe he never figured out that his fears made the forest darker than it really was. If so, he could not have learned what the woodcarver did. And what did the woodcarver learn? Asked the old man. Jeremy thought for a moment. Sometimes we have to endure the darkness and what it holds. If we do that, we appreciate the light. So the man who wouldn't go into the forest was trying to deny that shadows are a part of life, Jeremy decided. True. Furthermore, he gave into his fears and denied himself the experience of facing them, replied the old man. So he learned the wrong lesson. We all do that from time to time. Instead of worrying, how I will face life without your grandmother. I will make the most of the time we have left together. And thank Grandfather for the life he has given us. Won't you take a deep breath with me now, dear hearts, and close your beautiful eyes and just allow Spirit to speak to you. Harmonize with the beautiful energy from our Creator, from Mother Earth. Allow the winds of change to blow in and strengthen your resilience. Remind you of your power. As you harmonize with Divine Source, reestablish your center. As you bless yourself with deep inhalations of the pureness of the air, in which serves as life itself. Release from your vessel, from your soul, from your spirit, all of the doubt and fear holding you back from pursuing your dreams, from speaking your truth. No longer will you deny yourself the greatness Spirit has for you. You are worthy of achieving your dreams. You are already filled with the greatness that God has instilled in you prior to birth. You are strong. You shall persevere. You will succeed. You deserve. You deserve. You deserve. Divine Spirit will challenge us to reach our higher self, You shall succeed. Stay strong. Embrace the shadow when it comes. Honor the experiences, the lessons learned, the stepping stones. Through each step, you prevailed. You won. You grew victorious. And though this may be the next step to your greatness, you have the resources you need to rise above it, to move around it, to slip under it. And yes, you shall rise. Stay strong. Call on heaven, your ancestral guides, your archangels in heaven, God's messengers. Our ascended masters, your ascended loved ones. God sends Spirit's messengers for you, to help you through each shadow phase. And when you emerge on the other side, you will reign victorious, stronger than you ever knew you could be. You will have gained an inner wisdom that no one can ever take away.